Ole, 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 and welcome to All Your Living Needs. I'm your host, Johno, and this is the predictions for the New York Red Bulls versus Montreal Impact, happening Saturday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. Previous meetings has seen, against New York versus Montreal, has seen New York win 2, lose 2, and draw 1. Season goal leaders for the New York Red Bulls. Bradley Wright-Phillips has 18 goals for the season, which is absolutely unbelievable, but we're going to talk about why it might not be unbelievable. Thierry Henry has 5, and Péguy Luyindula has 4. Montreal Impact has Jack McInerney with 6, Marco Vaio with 5, Andrés Romero with 5, Maxim Tissot with 2, and Felipe Martins with 2. Now, the season stats for the New York Red Bulls sees them having played already 23 games, same as the Montreal Impact. New York Red Bulls have won 6, lost 7, and drawn 10. On the other hand, the Montreal Impact have won 4, lost 14, and drawn 5. Wouldn't you rather draw than completely lose? But obviously that's not in Montreal's cards. The Red Bulls, this is last week. Red Bulls lost 1-0 against Chicago Fire. The problem the Red Bulls are facing is something I've been saying from the start. When you have a player on the team that dominates, it's great for that player, but it's terrible for the team. Because when that player is on, it's amazing. When that player is off, it's devastating. Discipline, I'll talk more about this in the wrap-up. Disciplinary report, Olav is 1 caution away from a suspension. They have no disabled lists, and they are number 5 in the Eastern Conference. Now, to the Montreal Impact. Montreal just defeated CDFAS in the CONCACAF on Wednesday. They led with a 2-0 score from the very beginning of the game, with Andrés Romero scoring in the 7th minute and Marco Vaio in the 8th minute. Jorge Moran scored in the 33rd minute, and Marcio Torrell scored off a penalty kick in the 51st minute for CDFAS. But it was Marco Vaio in the 60th minute that allowed Montreal to walk away from as the victor. Then Felipe Martins received a red card in the 74th minute, leaving Montreal to play one man down in the last 17 minutes of the game. They still came up on top, but let's see where I'm going with this. Disciplinary report, Omet and Ferrari are 1 caution away from a suspension, and the disabled list has Adrian Lopez with a knee injury. Conference standings, they're currently number 10 in the Eastern Conference, dead last. So, I'm still not liking what I'm seeing from Montreal Impact. I know that I told you that I really like Montreal, the team. I like the Montreal, the town. I've been there many times, and I love it there. But despite this win, it wasn't a good game play, especially when you consider CDFAS has half their team still back in El Salvador with visa issues. Montreal started off strong, but then fizzled. And yes, I realize they won, but there's a difference between winning against the champion and winning against school kids. My apologies to CDFAS, but you're just not in the league of professionals that MLS is expecting. So unless something happens to Henry and Philip Thomas, I don't see Montreal having the stamina to defeat the Red Bulls. My final score here, 3-1 for the Red Bulls. Hey, make sure that you subscribe. Don't click off. I got to tell you something very important. Make sure you subscribe. We are running the Cleats contest. You know that. We are now running weekly contests. So how that works is I'm going to choose 4 games, 2 EPL and 2 MLS. I'm going to predict the player that's going to score first of each of those games. And if I predict correctly, anybody who follows us on Twitter at All Your Living Needs, and I'll put it in the notes, the link is in the notes, anybody who retweets, subscribes, and retweets the message where I'm predicting who scores first, and that player then scores first, we're going to have a raffle, and we're going to auction off that player's jersey. So make sure that you follow us on Twitter. Make sure that you check our feed right before the game. I'm not telling you which games. 2 EPL, 2 MLS. So you got to follow the feed. Okay? Ole, ole, ole. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers. Take care. Bye.